Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Jiaoqing. And today we've just made our previous video walking by the lake here. We're now walking back towards the shopping centre, and we're gonna pull out my phone, and we're going to show you some of the apps that I use here. Some things that if you come to China, some of the apps that you're going to want to get. So let's swap hands here so I can get my phone out of my pocket here. So first thing you're going to want is a VPN. If you want to be able to access Facebook, YouTube, all that sort of stuff, you're going to need a VPN on your phone. Contact people in China, find out which VPNs actually work here. There are some that don't work here. I actually have, what do I got? 1, 2, 3 VPNs on my phone. 2 are paid VPNs. 1 is a freebie. The free ones work just as well as the paid ones, so you don't have to get a paid VPN. But there are times when one might stop working. So the 2 paid ones I've actually got one that I pay for and one that my mate Frankel pays for, and we sort of share them. So if one drops out, we've both still got access. We're both on each other's plans, so that we've both still got access to sites that aren't allowed in China. So yeah, VPN is essential to have. Right, the next thing that you're going to want is a map app. Now, Baidu Maps is probably the most common here in China. That's B-A-I-D-U, if I remember correctly. Baidu Maps. If you've got a VPN, you can use things like Google Earth, which will give you English language stuff on the map. Baidu Maps is only in Chinese. So I really only use that if I recognize a place I'm going to on the map and I know where it is and I can see where I am, I can sort of follow the roads. I don't need the writing. But if I'm actually looking for specific places, what I will actually use is a weather app called Colorful Clouds, which if we open this up here, we can see the writing here is actually in English, or well, in Pinyin. It is still Chinese, but it's Pinyin, so you can sort of sound, if you're looking for, say I'm looking for Sing Sing, I want to go over to Yunfu, or I want to do a bit of traveling around Yunfu, which is a place, if you've been here a while, as you know, I go there regularly. Although it doesn't have English descriptions of what things are, you can at least sound the words out. If I saw on Baidu Maps Sing Sing printed with Chinese characters, I wouldn't know what it is. Whereas seeing the Pinyin means I can figure it out. So I would recommend that app. It also seems to be very, very good for telling the weather. Yeah, it's really easy to use. It's got a lot of information about the weather. If you're going out one day, it's pretty accurate with what sort of weather is coming, so that's great. Right, what other apps do we have here? We have the bus app, which you probably don't need. The bus app just basically has all the Jiaoqing buses. It'll find your location, tell you where you are, show you the nearest bus stop, and show you where to. We've got some people up here getting a photo taken. We'll just let him, I know he's going to stop and let us get past. Yeah, getting their photo taken in front of the lake there. Yeah, being a local here, The bus app's really good. Well, it was really good. I don't really use the buses much anymore, so it's very rarely used. The other one that you want is the Didi app. Didi being like Uber in the West. It's the Chinese version of Uber. Didi does come with there's a foreigner's version. I thought it was Didi English, but I have been told by other people it does have French and Italian and various other languages. So Didi works all over China. It'll work in any city. And yeah, it's a must-have app. I also have the Guangzhou Metro app on here. I very, very rarely use it. I don't really go to Guangzhou very often. I think that's also got Shenzhen tied into it as well, which again, I don't go there often, so I don't often use that one. What else have we got on this page? They're probably the main ones. Right, our next little group is translators. So if you don't speak Chinese, if you don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese or one of the other dialects that are spoken here in China, you're going to want a translator. Now, I have 3 of them on my phone. One is Google Translate, so again, you need a VPN to use that one, but it is pretty good. Then I have the Microsoft Translator, and I have another one called Mr. Translator. Mr. Translator is probably the one I use the most often. So this has, let's hit this screen record again. So this has, you can basically put in voice. So hit the translate from English thing and talk into it, and then tap to translate.
I hit the translate from English thing and talking to it, and then.
And it gives the voice as well, so you can hear it. Then down the bottom here, you've got this little arrow pointing upwards. You can hit that. Oops, it's not going to work because my phone's connected to my thing, so I've got no internet. But basically, when we're in here, hit the top, touch the top to speak English, and it'll translate into Chinese. Tap the bottom to speak Chinese, and it'll translate into English, or whatever languages you choose. Seems to work pretty well. It's a good little app. You can also use the photo function, take a photo of a sign, and it will translate for you. So, yeah, it's a good translator. I like that one. What else have we got in here? Oh, I do have another translator. I do have another one called Time Kettle. So Time Kettle is actually, it doesn't run on its own. You need the headphones. So you have little wireless Bluetooth headphones, which you can use in several ways. If you're at an event and there's speeches going on, you put the headphones in, turn the app on, and it will hear everything, translate it pretty much live. It's, you know, a few seconds behind speech, but it does pretty well. But then also, if you are in a conversation with a Chinese person, you give them one of the headphones, one of the earpieces, and you have one earpiece, and it translates directly into your ear through speech. It also comes up on the screen, showing you what's being said. So that's really good. Right, heading up to the shopping apps. I have 2 main shopping apps that I use. One is JD.com, one is Taobao. Taobao is the one I use most often. JD.com less regularly used, but still use it a bit. So if we open Taobao up here, we can see on here there's all sorts of stuff. So we've got Grip Master. That's for if you play guitar, you want to strengthen your fingers. Phones, we've got gravy powder, which they bring up. basically, as you buy something or look at things, it will put that into the algorithm and those sort of things will come up on your screen. So cameras, battery packs, LEMSIP, more phones, cold weather clothing, because it's heading towards winter. I've been looking at some jackets and stuff, so more of that sort of things coming up. HP Source. So you can also get foreign products on here. There are companies on Taobao who do have overseas contacts and they import things into China. Panadol, so I've just recently bought some Panadol, pain relief medication, which if you want to buy that, you actually need to provide an ID number, Chinese ID number. So I actually have to get a teacher to buy that for me. Vivian just did that for me. There's all sorts of things, books, chocolates, sweets, cases, microphones, all sorts of things on here. And it also keeps a record of things that you buy. So there are things I buy regularly. I've always got some meat pies in my freezer, so I don't have to go searching for them. I can just go into previously bought products, scroll down and find them. You probably don't need Taobao unless you're going to be here unless you're moving here, really. Or if you're here on holiday and you're going to be here long term for 3 months or 6 months traveling around or something, then you might need to get Taobao. But if you're here for short term and you do find something you want, instead of having to set up all the account and stuff, it's probably easier, get a Chinese friend or a foreigner who's living here who's got Taobao and get them to order it for you. When you order things on Taobao or JD, most things are here within a day or two. When I bought the camera I'm filming on now, Pocket 3, that camera arrived, I ordered that 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it was here by lunchtime the next day. It took no time at all to arrive. So yeah, they do really, really well with delivering stuff. Sometimes if things coming from, far away Beijing, it might be 2 or 3 days, but generally things arrive pretty damn quick. A lot of stuff that you buy is coming from Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Chongqing, which all of them are not too far away. So they're the shopping apps. If you want to buy stuff online, I don't buy a whole lot of stuff online, really. I try and use local suppliers. I would have gone to the DJI store to buy this camera, except they didn't have any in stock and it was going to be a couple of weeks before they got them in of the creator combo with the extra battery and stuff. So they said, go to the online store and buy there. So I actually went through JD.com and bought through the DJI store. Or was it? No, it was through Taobao through the DJI store. Now the difference between JD.com and Taobao, JD is an organization that I believe, and I could be wrong, tell me if I'm wrong here, but they are more JD, I'm not even sure if I'm right now. I was going to say JD.com are the store basically, whereas Taobao is independent people selling things online. And thinking about it, I'm not sure that that's 100% accurate. I could be wrong. But yeah, JD.com, Taobao. They're the two shopping apps that I use. And then we have the, we'll go up here first. Music. You want to listen to music. The one I use is QQ Music, which does, adverts. So you can see here some of the stuff I listen to. Seal, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, John Lennon, Pink Floyd. Give you a give you a taste of the sort of music I like to listen to. Paul Kelly, some AC/DC there. I don't really listen to much AC/DC, but I do occasionally. I actually prefer watching AC/DC on videos. I love to watch their live performances. I'm not so much into listening to them, but as live performers, they're fantastic. So QQ music, some music you can listen to the whole song no problem without paying. Others you need a subscription. You know, it'll let you listen to the first minute of a song and then it stops. So the subscriptions, it's only, I can't remember, 140 RMB a year. So it's not expensive. What's that? Maybe 20 Australian dollars, 25 Australian dollars a year. So it's not overly expensive, and it is good to have music available to listen to. Yeah, QQ Music is the music app of my choice. There are others. I know my students use a lot of different apps, but that's the one for me. And then the last app, messaging app. You want to talk to people. Now, there's two main ones that are used here. One is QQ, which, do I actually have that on my phone? I do have it on my phone. It's not one that I use. I very, very rarely use that. The main one, of course, is WeChat. So let's turn on our screen recorder. So on here, we have all my chats, people I'm chatting with, different groups. So up the top here, we see official accounts. So that is accounts for things like news agencies, businesses, all that sort of thing. All sorts of stories on there available, which I don't go into terribly often, but if you find something that looks interesting, let's find one that looks interesting. Okay, let's go in here. If you go in here, as you can see, the story is in Chinese, so it's not going to help us much, but we can hit the three dots up the top, scroll along here, translate to English. And here we have, the wall of the doctor shows you love, also want to be with you forever. So yeah, all of these stories, you can translate them into English, which is really good. And then we have Jake there, who is a friend of mine. We have different groups, so I'm in groups for juggling, jousting, English corner, Scorpions AFL Club, which is the Australian Football League club in Guangzhou, who I must get over and see them again soon, actually. We've got the hiking group, English class, service accounts, all sorts of things. We have We Run here, which basically counts your steps each day, tells you how many steps you've taken, so how much you've walked. Then up the top, you can actually sort of connect some of the chats up the top. So this is basically all of my classes that I've taught over the years I've been here. I keep all of them up the top, so it's easy to stay in touch with all of the students I've had. Then as we scroll across, next column we have contacts, which is all your contacts. New friends, if people add you, they'll come up in there and then you can choose whether or not to add them. Chats only friends, I have no idea what that is. Group chat, so that's all your different groups. And then all your contacts. Then moving along to discover. Up the top here we have moments. So moments is you posting pictures, whatever. So again, you can hit on these, hit translate, and they will translate into English for you. And yeah, there's all sorts of things. Now these are only your friends. Nobody else can see these. It's one of the things I don't like about Facebook. If I post a picture, and a friend of mine comments on that picture, suddenly all her friends or his friends can see the picture and that comment. I'm sure you can change that in the privacy settings, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't really care that much. But this, only your friends see what you post, which is good. It keeps it very, let's just swap hands with this camera, because the view out there's just not so good with this big green wall beside us. Right, next down the line we have channels. So channels is videos. Okay, so this is the age thing. So this is not private. If you post videos, anybody can see these. Okay, so here we have a box where a spider pops out with people people being shocked. It's very good. Then down the bottom here we have the thumb, which is basically a private like. If you like it, only you and the creator know that you like it. The arrow is the share button. If you want to share it on your moments page, you can. And then the heart. If you heart a video, that means all your friends are going to see what you like. So if you see something that you really want to share with people and have come up in other people's channels, you hit the heart button. And then the comment thing, and then you can follow individual channels and stuff. It's a good little thing. And then up in the top right, we have the little person symbol. You can go through videos that you recently viewed, videos that you liked and favorited, who you follow, notifications. So the notifications is, if I like a video, the creator might thank me for liking it. You get that. Then my managed channels. So my channel here, you can see I have 1,706 subscribers. Channel notifications, this tells you when people like your video and stuff. And various other things there. They, posting activity and all that sort of thing. What else have we got as we go down here? So live stream, you can do a live stream from WeChat, which goes into your channel. People can discover your thing. Scanning if you're paying for something, all that sort of stuff. Scan QR codes and stuff. Listen, we have music there. Top stories. I think that's sort of news and what was the channels one that we taught? Official accounts. I think they're the top viewed sort of official accounts. And then nearby, you can discover people who are live broadcasting from close by, people who are nearby. If people turn that function on, you can find people who are in your area. Then we have games and mini programs. So mini programs is cool. So say for example, right, so in here we have, I can't recognize a lot of them, but these are the ones that I've used. So it's Pizza Hut, Starbucks, KFC. So if you go into these and this is a new thing that WeChat's just started. So the app as we see it is all in Chinese, but we can hit those three dots up the top again, hit translation, and it is now all in English. And that will work now with every app within WeChat. It will translate everything. It is a great new function. Means now if I go into KFC, I'm not having to pull out my translator and try and talk to the people at the counter. Very, very few people get served at the counter anymore. Everybody orders their stuff on their phone. So, yeah, that's it's good that translation is now available. And that works as we get over to the next page. So, our last column over on our right is me. So this is all my sort of stuff. And the one here we really want to look at is pay and services. So in here, just check no bikes behind us. We're going to duck down here, get back down by the lake. So here we have Money, wallet, so this is how much money you've got in your WeChat account at the moment. Card repay, wealth, insurance. I don't really use any of those. But then we're getting down to the more used things. So mobile top up. You basically put money on your mobile phone. So you have data and you have calls and everything. Pretty self-explanatory. Utilities. You can pay for your gas, your water, your electricity, all that sort of thing. QQ coins, no idea. I don't really use QQ. Public services. Let's have a look what they've got in there. I don't know what this one is. Right. And without opening them, I can't translate them. 10-cent charity. So I imagine that is you can donate to 10 cent. 10 cent obviously run various charities. And health. Right. But the other big one that you might use, travel service, rail and flights, Didi ride hailing. So I mentioned the Didi app earlier. In actual fact, you don't need the Didi app, the Didi English language app anymore. You can do this through WeChat. But rail and flights. If we open this, oh, this is, according to your language setting, do you prefer to continue with English service? Yes. Thank you. So, I don't even have to go up and hit the translation. So for this, right, you want to go from Shanghai to Beijing, you can click high-speed train only on the right there, and then search. So this is for trains. And here you have a list of all the trains available. So there'll be high-speed trains, there'll be slow train, the old trail trains. It'll give you the price. You can book your ticket there. You also have flights. You also have hotels in your travel services. So very, very good. Then we also have, brand mall. So you can go shopping, specials. That looks like the JD symbol. Food delivery. So if you want food, if you're at home and you're hungry and you've got no food and you don't want to go out shopping, you can open the food delivery app here and I'll get rid of the adverts. And again, you have everything here. Again, we can translate this to English. Translation. Right, double style Korean fried chicken, boneless fried chicken. Wallace, spicy chicken wrap. Wallace is kind of like the Chinese version of KFC. Not as good to my mind as KFC, but they do okay. They're not terribly bad. There's all sorts of drinks available, all sorts of foods. Awesome single sushi set. Hand-beaten lemon black tea. Salt-baked shredded chicken with fish fragrant. Yeah, you can buy pretty much anything and get it delivered to your home. We have these little water cannon being set up behind us, which the kids will be able to come and shoot some water. What else do we have here? Used goods, flash sales, buy together, group buying. So yeah, WeChat is a thoroughly amazing app. It is one, if you're in China, whether you're coming for a short stay visit or you're coming to be here for long term, WeChat is an app I highly recommend you get. It does do pretty much everything, especially if you're here for a short time. It offers pretty much everything you could possibly need for a short-term visit. If you're here long-term, I would say it's indispensable. You couldn't live without it. You couldn't live in China nowadays without WeChat. everything is done on WeChat. Everybody uses WeChat. If you go to a shop to buy something, everybody uses WeChat Pay. Your WeChat gets linked to your bank account. So yeah, it's just a must-have app here in China. And I really love the fact that everything is done in one place. You know, I don't know what things are like in Australia now, but before I came to China, you know, if you wanted to use Uber, you had to have the Uber app. There wasn't really much in the way of food delivery. That was not even a thing. I don't know if that's changed in recent times. But you want to book flights or book buses or trains online, you need another app. You want to do things with your bank, you need another app. You need an app for every individual thing. With WeChat, everything is tied in together. It's all there. It's all in one place. And it's very, very simple to use. And it's free. It's a free app. If you're moving money from your bank into WeChat, there's no charge. If you are taking money out of WeChat, putting it back in your bank, I think it's like 0.05% of what you're moving. It is very minimal. It's not something I've ever noticed. And I don't really move money back that way at all. I very, very rarely use my bank card anymore. I do everything through WeChat. It took me a while to become comfortable with it. I'll be honest. Before coming to China, I didn't like doing anything online. I had no interest in I never did online banking, never paid for anything online. I did not trust things at all. But being around where everybody does that, and you never ever hear stories of people being ripped off. You know, I don't think I've ever heard of any of these apps in China being hacked. To the best of my knowledge, it's not happened. Certainly it's never happened to me. So yeah, very safe, very secure, very easy to use. It has changed my whole view on the whole online scene. So yeah, if you're coming to China, those are the apps you want to look at. There will be more as time moves on. I do have other apps that I use, but they're not nearly so essential. A lot of them are to do with video making and stuff, which is maybe another video. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share with friends, all that stuff. If you have questions or comments, hit us up down in the comment section. If you've lived or are living in China and there are other apps that maybe I should know about that I haven't discovered yet, let me know. Tell me what they are, because I'm always interested in checking out new things, seeing what helps make life easier. If you have anything you would like to learn about life here in China, in Guangdong, in Jiaoqing, again, hit us up down there in the comment section. If you come up with a good idea, we'll go away, we'll make a video for you, and yeah, we'll take care and try and answer your questions. Here we are, we're back at the shopping centre now. We're just walking past Starbucks, which I don't really go to. I don't drink coffee. The Starbucks app in my WeChat is there because I had to meet a teacher to transfer videos from students, and we met in Starbucks and we were ordering a drink, and so now I've got that app stuck in my WeChat. I'll have to get rid of it because I maybe go to Starbucks once every 2 or 3 years. It's not something I need. But yeah, Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe. We're going to duck in here, grab some food for dinner tonight. Like I say, we're going to cook up a some sort of casserole or stew or something with chicken and vegetables and the like. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, and we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.